My baby.
We are on the record in file 23-21612-FC, People versus Kenyatta, Tywin Silvertooth. We are here today for sentencing, and we are proceeding today in person. The court also has a Zoom video conference session running. However, there's no one related to this case in that video. First, I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, beginning with Ms. Arnold.
Allison Arnold for the people.
John Glazier on behalf of Mr. Silvertooth.
Like Dagmar goes for Mr. Silvertooth.
And sir, you are Kenyatta Tywin Silvertooth.
Yes.
Mr. Silvertooth, have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss that report with Mr. Glazier and or Mr. Dagmar?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the representation and the advice that they've given you?
Yes.
Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or the relevancy of any of the information that's in the pre-sentence report?
No.
Mr. Glazier or Mr. Dagmar, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exist any known constitutional defects?
No, Your Honor.
The probation officer has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines on count 2, the discharging of firearm from a vehicle causing death, to be from 225 to 750 months to life. Do you agree with that computation of guidelines?
Your Honor, we're not going to challenge the guidelines because of the nature of the other conviction.
All right. Ms. Arnold, did people have any objection to the guidelines on count 2?
We did find an error in the guidelines, and we do have some corrections to the report itself. In the guidelines on count 2, offense variable 3 should be scored as 25 points because the charge is discharge from a vehicle causing death, which would be a homicide by definition. And when it's a homicide, you don't score 100 points. You only score 25 points by case law. So that would change the total OB level, the total OB points to 65 points, the OB level to 5, and the guideline range to 135 to 450 months.
Okay. Mr. Glazier, Mr. Dagmar, any issue with that modification?
We have no objection to that.
Okay. So that's changing OV3 from 100 to 25.
Correct.
And I apologize, Ms. Arnold, that
The total OB would be 65 points. The OB level would be 5, and the guideline minimum range would be 135 to 450 months. So the sentencing recommendation in that count would still be within guidelines because the top end of guidelines is 37.5 years. Top end of the minimum. We have a couple other corrections. Whenever the clerk's ready.
Okay, go ahead.
In the final charges here, I know there was some issue with this because it was charged as an open murder. We did provide the PAC code to the convicted charge to the clerk's office yesterday, and I believe the judgment of conviction is correct. But the final charges here should reflect a PAC code of, this is on the first page because it's in more than one place, 750.316-A. And the charge should be homicide dash murder, first degree dash premeditated.
Okay, Mr. Glazier, Mr. Dagmar, any objection to that modification?
We have no objection.
That is consistent with what happened at trial, so I think that modification is approved.
Yeah, and the charge also needs to be corrected on the second page, page 2, and then on the third physical page, which is page 1, and the fourth physical page, which is page 2.
Yeah, that appears in the recommendation on the second physical page, and then under evaluation and plan, third physical page, and then under recommended narrative on the fourth physical page of the document. So we'll make those changes there as well.
And Judge, I have a couple others. On the, under recommended narrative, the fourth physical page, the guideline range should be changed.
Okay, yeah, so that has the 225 to 750, which we modified to
135 to 450.
135 to 450.
And then on that same page, it indicates that Robert Allen indicated to the police that a 2015 Jeep Cherokee was involved in the shooting. It just should just say a Jeep was involved in the shooting.
That's under description of the offense, fourth line down.
Fourth line down. And then
Mr. Glazer, Mr. Degemer, was there any objection to that?
Your Honor, we don't, the only thing we would indicate in regards to amending the factual statements within the PSI is my client maintains his innocence and he knows you're not going to change those, but he would, anything describing him as having committed a homicide, he would, you know, just make an objection to it, obviously.
So I will be honest, I don't recall Mr. Allen's testimony at trial, whether he said it was a Cherokee, a Jeep Cherokee, or just a Jeep. I know there was some discrepancy among the witnesses as to what kind of Jeep it was.
yeah, I believe his testimony at trial was he thought it was a Jeep Compass. So I think if we just say a Jeep, it covers whatever in fact he did say. I'm confident he did not say what year vehicle it was.
Okay, I would agree with that. I don't recall anyone testifying as to the year of the vehicle. And I guess I would agree if we remove Cherokee, it would cover whichever one he would have said. So we can delete the 2015 and delete the word Cherokee from that sentence.
And then in that same paragraph, 2 lines down, or I guess it'd be 3 actually, it says the car was traveling eastbound of Frank Street. It should be eastbound on Frank Street.
Anything else?
The next page, the second paragraph, and it says Gage Winsett testified knowing Kenyatta Black Silvertooth as his nephew is Mark Silvertooth. That should be changed to uncle.
Later, any issue with that?
No issue here.
Okay, so we'll change nephew to uncle.
And then I think on page 5, the charge also needs to be changed under final charges 3 of 3.
Yeah, I agree that should be changed to first degree rather than open murder.
And then the third page from the end, which is page 2 of the basic information report, the guidelines should be changed under the disposition section, which is towards the bottom, to reflect the guideline range of 135 to 450 and the offense variable total of 65.
Also be changed with the modification we've already made.
That's all.
All right, Mr. Glazer, then is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of Mr. Silvertooth before court passes sentence?
The only thing we'd add, Your Honor, is that my client does maintain his innocence and he understands that there's no discretion in the sentencing. He's aware of that, at least as to the first degree murder charge. And he hopes he'll be vindicated on appeal.
All right. Mr. Silvertooth, is there anything you would like to say before the court passes sentence? Ms. Arnold, do the people wish to be heard?
We do, Your Honor. Just briefly, I want to thank the officers from the Adrian Police Department for their efforts in this case. Everyone in the department, frankly, I think had a role, and particularly detectives Ruffner, Lanford, and Sergeant Putnam from that department. I hope that the conviction in this case and the sentence has a deterrent effect on anybody who wishes to or who attempts to commit a similar crime within the county. I know law enforcement in Lenawee County and our office will do anything we can to effectuate justice in this sort of case. As far as the sentence itself, it is mandatory, it is just, so I'm not going to comment on that further. I think the family can best articulate the loss of Jonathan Simmons and the effect that that has had on them.
All right. We have statements from the family.
We do, Your Honor. We'd like to, first, Cynthia Simmons, who is Jonathan Simmons' mother, would like to speak.
So Ms. Simmons, if you just state your name and then you can make your statement.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Simmons. I'm Jonathan Simmons' mother. I don't understand why this silver tooth took my son's life. Jonathan was a loving child. He was only a kid. This is a grown man. He should be more professional than that. He had to miss killing John. And he's gonna regret every bit of it, because God said forgive those. And I'm gonna forgive him. Because you know what? I ain't gonna go to hell like he's going to hell eternity.
And Judge, we also have Demetrius Cato, who is Jonathan Simmons' sister. And she'll be speaking as well as reading a statement from Parole Russell.
So if you'll just state your name again and you can make your statement.
Demetrius Cato, Jonathan Simmons' sister. Being the oldest of 11, I felt like I felt my little brother because I felt like I needed to protect him and I couldn't and didn't. I'm not gonna say he was perfect, but he didn't deserve to die. We're never gonna see my brother again. We have his memories now, but I was just about to try to read this. This from his child's mother, Parole Russell. Okay. Almost 2 years without you. Still don't know how I'm making it this long without you. It was days I couldn't even go. I couldn't even go a day without you. February 13th was the last day you was able to pick our daughter up from school. Minutes later, you were killed. You loved taking and picking her up from school. That was your favorite part of the day. And our baby girls also, because she knew you would take her to the store and get her whatever it was she wanted. She was a daddy's girl. The day we got the news, I was at school. People was calling me. I knew it was a lie. You was a loving person with a big heart. And that smile I miss. Good people don't get killed. That's what I thought. I wanted it to be a lie so bad. Having to go home and tell our children you was gone because some evil people took your life over what? That's what I want to know. Now we would never get a chance to hug you again, and it hurts so bad. The pain I feel every day, the pain I feel every day will never go away, and I have to deal with that for the rest of my life. 10 years we shared so many memories that I can talk about for days that I will forever have to hold on to. We had 2 beautiful children before you left this earth. The day we found out we was having a boy, you were so happy you finally got a son and was only able to enjoy 10 months with him. He knew his father's face. When I show him pictures, he pointed you saying, Dada, with a big smile on his face. He reminds me so much of you. So much. It's like you all over again. Thank you for leaving a part of you with me forever. Our baby girl miss you so much. Seeing the hurt in her eyes. Seeing her hurt in her eyes hurts me the most when she cries for you. And it's nothing I can do about it. It makes me so angry. All I can do is tell her everything would be okay. Because I don't know what else to say to stop her from hurting. Do I do his or just say his? Okay. Kenyatta y'all did that killing her father to her father, and I'm still learning how to deal with her pain on top of the pain y'all left me to deal with. Y'all took the best thing that happened to me away, my family.
All right, guys, today we're looking at a courtroom case that begins with raw emotion before quickly shifting into a high-stakes murder sentencing. As the court works through legal details and sentencing guidelines, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just another routine hearing. Despite a jury conviction, the defendant continues to maintain his innocence, setting the stage for a tense proceeding. But the atmosphere changes completely when the victim's family begins speaking. What follows is a heartbreaking account of loss, grief, and lives permanently altered by violence. From a mother's pain to the struggles of children growing up without their father, every statement adds emotional weight to a case that has already shaken an entire community.
Family is broken. Jonathan was a great man, amazing father, a well-respected friend, and a loving son/brother. He would give his last if that meant making the next person smile. Promise Jonathan I continue to be the best mother to our children, and make sure I tell them every day how much you love them. Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. You will get your justice now, you get your rest. You will never be forgotten. We love you.
In determining the appropriate sentence, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, their history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what's been said on the record here this morning. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offenses, the discipline appropriate to their commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. Mr. Silvertooth is 48 years old. He has 3 prior felonies, an assault with intent to murder from 1993, where he's convicted by a jury, served 11 to 25 years, discharged in 2007. Delivery and manufacture of cocaine conviction in 2012, served another prison sentence and was paroled in 2017. And then this case in which Mr. Silvertooth has been convicted of first-degree murder, discharge of a firearm from the vehicle causing death, and felony firearm. Court obviously sat through the trial, heard the testimony, and saw the evidence. And based upon that, I can only say that this is one of the most senseless acts that I have ever seen. Resulted in the murder of another young man, causing devastation to his family, causing trauma upon our community because of the publicity it received. And for that, our state legislature has decided that there is only one just sentence, there is only one proportional sentence for that act. So it will be the sentence of the court with respect to count 1 that Mr. Silvertooth be sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for life without the possibility of parole. Or count 2 that Mr. Silvertooth be sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for 35 years to 60 years with credit for 486 days served. And with respect to count 3, the felony firearm, that Mr. Silvertooth served a period of 2 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections with credit for 486 days served. By law, that sentence must be served first, and the other sentences are consecutive to the felony firearm count. You must pay a $130 crime victims' rights fee and a $68 state cost.
Which is $68, I believe it's times 3.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a $68 state cost and one for each count. You do have the ability to request an appeal of your sentence, Mr. Silvertooth. The bailiff is going to hand to you 3 copies of the notice of right to appellate review and request for appointment of attorney form. You need to sign 1 copy of that form and return it to us. That just indicates that you received your copies of the form. If you want to appeal your sentence, you need to fill out the remaining portion of the form and mail it to the address listed in the form within 42 days.
Yeah, I think so. He just mails it back to the address here at Winter Street, right?
It's the address that's listed in the form, although if he knows now that he wants to fill it out, we'll give him an opportunity to do that before he leaves the courthouse, and you can just take it from him.
Buckle up, guys, because we've reached the most critical and powerful portion of this hearing. After hearing the devastating impact left behind by this tragedy, the court turns its attention to the defendant's history and the facts established during trial. The judge carefully reviews prior felony convictions, years spent in prison, and a pattern of serious criminal behavior before delivering a blunt assessment of the crime itself. Calling it one of the most senseless acts he has ever encountered, the judge explains the enormous harm caused not only to the victim's family but also to the wider community. The hearing then reaches a dramatic conclusion as the court imposes a sentence that will define the rest of the defendant's life. If you found this case informative, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.